chat. Today we're playing Victor mid-range. This is the list right now. We got two Riptides in the main or in the side, two Facebreakers, two Comets, two Salvage. We are looking at two Stratagem in main. Waiting for our opponent to show up right now. It's fairly standard. I've been liking these three Lecturing Yordles for some mid-game card draw. I'm playing 3 Singularity and 3 Watcher. Just, broken cards. Let's fucking play the broken cards. Okay. So, also going to choose the battlefield. Game 1 battlefield while waiting for the opponent. We have a choice between Candlelit Sanctum, Obelisk with Power, and Triparian Warcamp. Pretty sure I'm just gonna go with this Candlelit Sanctum game 1, almost always. It's an interesting one though. Think about that a little more. So I'll put my sideboard away. Opponent's loading in. Okay. Opponent's loading in their deck. Alrighty, no sideboard. We might just be, Victor. Victor mirror match. Okay, today we're playing against a Victor. And we are going first. Let's see what the mirror match has in store for us. Sanctums, both sides. Okay, good luck, have fun. This should be interesting. I have not played a lot of mirrors. Okay, so we are going first. I think we don't want call, we don't want smokescreen. Smokescreen's fine. No, we want to dig deeper into stratagems and whatnot. Ready. Okay, so I've mulliganed 2. Opponent recycles 2, draws 2. Yep. Opponent draw 2. Yep. Okay. Off we go. So I'm gonna start with a Raven Bloom student, turn 1, and pass the turn. We are looking to just get an early game lead. Opponent wants to do everything manually. Okay, let's see. Opponent makes a recruit. Is that it? Okay. We're ready. I think we just don't need to be greedy here. We're gonna play a 2-drop and hold up Stupefy. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a capture here. It's okay. Yep. Get the top 2. We don't need Hidden Blade in the mirror, I don't think. This Manufactor could be alright. I'm gonna just leave the Manufactor here. I don't think I actually need that. No, I think it's fine. We'll leave the Manufactor. We'll leave the No, we won't. We need like a Cruel Patron or something. We just have better creatures or better units. So we're gonna play our Daring Poro and make a recruit, pass the turn back. can press that. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we do have our Raven Bloom student here. Opponent's at 5 runes. Opponent goes to capture their Candlelight Sanctum. Yes. Alt Shift. There we go. Opponent's looking. Their top 2. What do we got? 1 to bottom, 1 to top, okay. So, opponent has a lot of options here, surely. Sprite Mother, very good. Yes. Okay, we make a recruit here. Okay, I got something. Stupefy. Trigger. Draw card. Okay. So this will die. Yep. Oh, that. Not in the graveyard. Yep. Okay. Let's ready. So we get here, we'll get a point. Let's put that back to 2. Now we gotta think for a second. We have a few options here. We can send our own Sprite Mother in. We could also just play our Poro there. I think we're okay to just play the Poro here. Okay, so Viktor does not have much accelerate beyond the Sprite Mother, right? We could just move this back, play Sprite Mother. Okay, we're gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna play. This is an interesting turn. We have a few options, right? We could also just play our Viktor, attack with the Poro, move this back. It's just the efficiency is super weird. I could also just Yordle Manufacture, take this point, and then lose the Poro for that. But I do like this Sprite Mother here. I'm gonna go with this Sprite Mother. Move it into here. Sprite Mother, use the Sprite to kill their recruit. I'll get my point, and then I'll trigger. Look at the trigger the Sanctum with the top 2. We do not need another Singularity. We could use a Patron, that's fine to leave on top. We're gonna move this Raven Boom student back. And then we are going to make a recruit and then pass the turn back to the opponent. So now we should be in a pretty good spot. This prevents them from... These sprites are really good because they can prevent double taking of 2 battlefields. Unless they have something that can kill it for free, which in this case they currently do not. We are going into 7 runes next turn. So we'll have the option to play a Patron, play a recruit, trade Stupefy here. Yep, okay. Yep, looks good. So Sanctum. Opponent's doing very good in card economy also, but I do have an advantage on the board. Opponent uses Sanctum to top 2. Oh boy, that could be pretty bad. Okay, so I'm gonna make a recruit here. They still have 4 runes available. Should be interesting. Gonna play a Cruel Patron. 2, 3, 4. Yes, looks good. So opponent plays Cruel Patron, passes the turn. Now I have a Cruel Patron that I can play, or I can just play Viktor and go for this trade here. Opponent is also currently no runes up. If we Singularity, kill Patron, kill Sprite Mother, we get a substantial lead onto the board. I can't just move up to 5 here. How about we start with this recruit, and then we'll look at the top 2. We don't want either one of these. We're actually just looking for. We're looking for a Thousand Eyes Watcher here, Thousand Tailed Watcher. We no longer need this. Forgot to recycle last time, but it is what it is. We can go for the 5th point here. I think we do want to go. We don't need to go for that Singularity, do we? It's kind of the crazy part. I think I want to play slow here because we're at 7, right? I could. I mean, playing slow is not that good. See, the thing is, we could just play this Viktor here, go for a trade, get a recruit. It's not that good, honestly. I think the Singularity gives no. I mean, yeah, the Singularity probably gives us the most advantage here. The problem is we're going to 7 next turn and not 8. So if we find, yeah, if we hold up Smoke Bomb, we have the same problem, don't we? I think I'm just gonna Singularity here. I'm gonna go for the Singularity plate. Okay. So now we do have a very good board presence here. And we can still make a recruit. I'm gonna go for a recruit here. So now we have a pretty good board. They can play Watcher next turn. I will keep this Hidden Blade just for that. Don't need this Yordle, but we could use this Hidden Blade. We already have a Yordle. Okay, I'm gonna pass the turn. We do have to play 2 more turns of this game. Because we are at 5 and not 6. Okay. Interesting. Opponents at 2. They do have to catch up quite a bit. We could trade recruit for recruit. I imagine they could also have another Sprite Mother, which is fine, honestly. It's not that bad. They have that. Because then they could move up to 4, I could move up to 6, and then just call it a day. Just keep developing. Here we got a manufactor. Opponent plays a faithful manufactor. Makes a recruit. They have 5 runes available. They could play out Viktor. They could play out another patron. Opponent has options here. Pretty sure I will be going up to 7. Opponent is 1, 2. Hidden blade. Yes. Yes. Draw 2. That's right. Yes. One, 2. Poro. Viktor. Okay. So opponent plays Hidden Blade, draws 2. Plays plays Daring Poro, passes the turn. That's insane. Because that puts me in a really good position. I think I just play out as many units as I can here. It's a manufactor. So we have 7 to develop with, right? We could play Yordle. We should. How badly do we need Watchers? The question, right? Because we could just play Crew Patron and Manufacture Pass. We could also play Yordle Pass. They could be going for a stratagem turn here. I think it would be good if I were to keep some number of units on a board to force them to break that. But they do have 5 cards in hand. That's probably very easy for them to break, strangely enough. The question is, how much do I have to tax them, right? Because they can go to 9 runes. If we can get them to spend 4 runes, they are not able to stratagem. But then they could also have Watcher because they'll be at 9. I think either way we will just be backing up both of the recruits here. The question is, do we draw? This is a tough one. I'm gonna start with a lecturing Yordle. Let's see. Let's draw a card. Sprite Mother, not bad for a push next turn. We're gonna go ahead and play this Crew Patron, and we'll pass the turn back to the opponent. We are at 7 points, so our next Conquer will draw us a card. Alright. So opponent is at 2 points and 9 runes. That is a lot to work with, but also a lot to go over. Because I have a lot of might on the board right now. 6, 3, 2, 9, 12, 13, 14. I have 16 might with no game actions currently. If we can just get to a point where we take 1, go for a card draw. We could just use this Sprite Mother to draw a card if we don't get something like a Watcher, but a Watcher's not even the best draw. I think our own stratagem is probably the best draw here. Okay, opponent goes for a capture on Sanctum as well, but they've kept both cards on top, so I imagine that means they're not changing the order on that. Opponent still has 9 runes ready to play with. Let's find out what they have in store for us. They do have 6 cards in hand, which is a lot. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so we make a recruit. We have 8 remaining. So we can... Can we do? Play a 2-drop hold up stratagem? But if we're holding up stratagem, we should have played this recruit to a board or to a battlefield, so it's not stratagem. And we are not playing this to, oh, we are. We are playing this to a battlefield. Okay. We do have 5 runes still ready. So we have to play around some things. Okay, so opponent has played all of their units onto this board, onto this one side. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. Okay. Let's draw for our turn. Oh boy, that's a Watcher. See, Watcher feels so weird in this matchup because everything is a 1. But it does have Accelerate, which is not a bad place to be. Now we've got a few questions to deal with here. And we also do have some time to play with, so we don't need to rush this too much. We are at 9. So we can go ahead and play Viktor here. And let's start getting a bunch of recruits. So let's play our Viktor leader, our chosen champion Viktor. Now we have 5 left to use this turn. We can start by... Okay, so what am I playing around? A Stupefy? Not really. I'm gonna go here. Lecturing Yordle, try and take this battlefield. Okay, draw and top vision 2 and draw after. So we do not want coal. And we have 5 left to spend. We do not need another copy of Manufactor. And then we'll draw 1 card. Okay, so now we can try and make a push onto this. We do have a Sprite Mother. So the questions become, what order do I send these units in? I'm gonna start with I think we start with the small units first. I am confident that we don't need this smoke screen. So we're gonna play Sprite Mother. And we're just gonna go 1 by 1. Sprite. What we got? What we got? We got something here, right? 5. Do Stupefy. Yes. Okay, we'll decrease that by 1. Draw. Yep. Draw your card. We do have 4 runes still readied. Is there anything else? What else we got, boss? Yup. So the sprite dies and then Viktor trigger. Okay, so now we'll keep sending things into the meat grinder. 3. Assault 1, yes. So I'm sending in 3. I am just trying to get this Vanguard captain killed. Surely they have a smoke bomb in their hand, but I do want to make that less consequential. We'll probably send these recruits in. Yeah, we're able to send these in one by one because even if they reduce the mutation, what does this do? I don't understand. Sure. Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's kill. Trade here. Trigger. We'll get another recruit. For a sprite mother, go in. Works. Okay. Trigger. Another token. Now go in like this. Go in with a recruit. We're trying to trade recruit for recruit. Yep. And in case they have another one, we can just go here. Student for manufacture. What do we get? GG. Game 2. Alrighty. We got game 1 in the mirror. Very good. Looks like you just try and get a lead. Viktor doing Viktor things, right? God, Watcher feels so weird. You want big might stuff. You also like don't wanna. I mean, the problem with Watcher is that all the things are 1 might, so it doesn't really do much. Oh boy, War Camp going second. I mean, it doesn't matter in the mirror, does it? Okay. Grove of the God Willow. Hold here to draw 1. You first. Okay. So opponent's going first. We do have a Grove of the God Willow versus a Trifarian War Camp. This should be interesting. Opponent is going first. We do have a Noxian Drummer. We can get rid of this smoke screen. Noxian Drummer is pretty good going second. So is Sprite Mother. This Patron could also be very useful or very bad. Sprite Mother's good to stop the holds and go for point leads. I think we will just recycle one. So our mulligan consists of one. We do have a singularity drawn, and I am ready. Opponent seems to have noticed. Okay. Yep. Opponent is playing a Daring Poro on turn 1 and passing the turn. Okay. So I am starting with 2. I do have this Noxian Drummer and Daring Poro decision. I do want two. I want two units to be able to move next turn, so I'll play this Daring Poro here, and I will play a Recruit and pass the turn back. This way, opponent is kind of de-incentivized from capturing here, which they still might. It's not a bad play. Okay. Opponent has a few interesting possible decisions here. Because if they go for a Sprite Mother, at least they can get ahead on a point. Opponent is not doing that. Opponent is playing a Daring Poro and a Recruit, moving their own Daring Poro, or are we just passing the turn? Let's see. Okay. Yes. Okay. So when they hold that point, they will be getting a card. I don't think I want that. So my options consist of Sprite Mother, go for an attack there. I think that will be my best choice. Not necessarily. Okay, I could also go for a Recruit, send it to the war camp, and then get it killed. They do have one up. It could be a Stupefy. It's be interesting if it was. We have options. We can send the Sprite Mother, send a Sprite in here, and then they use Stupefy. Few interesting decisions. I think I want them to use that Stupefy, right? Because Sprite Mother will be in base, and it's not that impressive. Let's go ahead and eat the Stupefy. Oh, retreat. Yes. Fascinating. Okay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get my point here. Go ahead and get this point. I will play this Patron here. And play a Recruit in my base. Now the question is, I do want this Hidden Blade down, I'm pretty sure. And I will pass it back. Because I think I can hold this. But that could just be hubris. What would it take to break it? A Stupefy. So the opponent. So when I attacked it, the opponent used retreat to put the Daring Poro back to their hand and to channel one rune. They did, which means they did go up to 8. Or they're at 7 this turn, but they're going to 9 next turn. Which definitely opens up a bunch of options for them. They have not spent any power yet. And here I am, spent 1 power so far. I'm falling behind on unusable runes, but I am ahead on board and points. If I can hold this, it might not be too bad for us, actually. I think it was good that I was able to keep this Poro here. Because now a stratagem doesn't beat this. Okay. What could opponent have? Not a Watcher. Watcher's not good here, is it? I mean, Watcher is not bad, frankly. Well, it is kind of, right? Okay, so if they Watcher, I would have 4 might still. Yep, go ahead and get your point. Yep. I'm pretty close to just hidden blading this. I think they have a shark. I think they have a shark. Wait, hang on. Oh. Oh, they want this. They want it like this. Fascinating. Thinking. Oh. Oh. Interesting. This is an all-in here. Okay. Yes. Draw your card. You draw one. Okay. They have something else? Pass priority. I'm going to Hidden Blade here. Yeah, this is kind of scary. Yeah, draw 2 cards. Okay. Opponent has 3 runes, 4 runes remaining. And if they have a Sprite Mother there, it's actually really scary. Oh, thank goodness. It's not Sprite Mother. That was the last game, right? Okay. They're gonna use Manufacture and Viktor. Okay, so it will be my turn. And I will draw 1 card from Grove of the God Willow. Okay, we are at 6 here. This is 2 might. Now the question is, do we want to move back? Okay, so we have 6. We want to see if we can take a development turn here. They could just slam a Watcher and it gets really bad, right? I mean, it's not that bad with a Watcher, because what do I go down to? I'll be at 2. I'll go to 4, or excuse me, this is 8. I'll go down to 4, and this beats that. So a Watcher, they will be at 8, so it's exactly a Watcher that they could have. Interesting here. I could also just play Sprite Mother. So this currently beats Watcher, but it doesn't beat Stratagem, right? Stratagem is technically 12 because I would have Hidden Blade. I can't beat a Stratagem. Do I care if I can't beat a Stratagem? I do want to go into 8. I think I want to just spend nothing this turn. Spend no power here. I am ahead on it. I can't afford to just do this to drummer. Sprite Mother for a point also seems totally reasonable. I think I want to do nothing this turn here. Or, excuse me, spend no energy. Okay. So many problems. I don't. So if I use this Sprite Mother, I'm gonna go to 5 runes, be at 7. I'll be able to play a Watcher, but not accelerated. How important is it to play an accelerated Watcher? I think I can win a slightly longer game. I can, because if I can create a lead here, I can just get them to force them to catch up on points, right? And then they'd have to input a card to catch up on a point here also. I think it is worth the rune here. I'm gonna go for this here. So we're gonna play our Sprite Mother. We are gonna go down to 5 runes, but yes, we will be going to 5 runes here. I'm gonna get my point. Now the next question is, how much do we do something about this Crew Patron board? If they stratagem, don't they just run out of steam here? I think I'm just gonna go back with both and play a recruit. Then pass the turn back to the opponent. So I am up 2 points. The opponent will likely have some trouble dealing with this sprite temporarily, buying me some time. Opponent has really weird choices to make here. I think if they can just keep up with the recruits, they can just keep. Yeah, this kind of stonewalls them really well. It's like at the end of the day, these recruits are almost free, right? They could send in 2 recruits, kill this sprite, and then they lose material and are not able to score on both sides, right? Their best card would be a Sprite Mother to just go 1 for 1 here. They could play the Viktor and then Sprite Mother and then get a recruit. That would be pretty good. We would have an answer for that. We are going into turn 7 runes next turn. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Watcher? Okay. That's a Watcher. Go here, traits, that kills it. Yep, get your point. Oh boy. That's interesting. Yep. So opponent has played their Watcher. But I am ahead on points here. Opponent is also no runes ready, 5 cards in hand. We also have 5 cards in hand. Arguably our board is slightly better. I have 7, so I can't Singularity and Call, because I could actually clear that in the back. I think I need to keep up 2 runes here. We have 7, so we could play the drummer and drummer and a recruit, and still have mana for a hidden blade. We do want to look at how we want to do this turn here. We could also develop Viktor here, and still. No, we don't want to do that. Okay. So the question is, what's the likelihood of us being able to keep a battlefield? We're not likely to be able to keep the grove, right? We can also play Viktor and start surrendering our units for trades, which is not the worst idea. Okay, so we would have Viktor and a drummer and a watcher available. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. Next turn we'll go into 8 rooms. Play our drummer here. We're going to just start trading these off for points. We are at 6, so if the opponent can't keep us off 8, this is going to be a tough. Oh shit! Sorry. Oops. Ugh. Sorry, meant to pass. I don't know why I make that mistake. Super weird mistake to make. Yeah, so opponent does know what I have on top. I guess so do I. Super weird. I make that mistake probably like 1 in 6 games or so, 8 maybe now. That's super weird. I don't know why. I probably should have put the Sprite Mother here. It's better on defense. Like, we know this guy's dying, but I guess that's a weird one. Very weird one. So opponent's best move is what? The singularity these 2, and then I'd still have Thousand Tail Watcher. Could it be? What could it be? He'll die. Opponent attacks with the Watcher. Is opponent just holding up stratagem here, or what's going on? They would what? Spend 3 for another manufactor. So opponent uses Stupefy, draws a card, and wins this combat. Very good. Very good. So they have used 1 Stupefy this, or 2 Stupefies this game. So I guess maximum is 1 remaining. They have 8 more runes available. What could that be? This is 5. Okay, 2, and we are not using Victor ability. That looks like a stratagem to me. Ready. So this one is 1 might. This is 3 and this is 2. I think we can beat stratagem if we just burn our removal. Okay, so let's start. What's up? No. Yes. You get one. Okay, yeah, we were checking. They did not score their point. Yes, on the yes. Game log says you did. You only got one. Okay. So, I think we're going to singularity these two, and I go for a capture on it, then go for a call. Okay. So we will play singularity. This totally messes up any shenanigans with not now. It is not showdown. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's the biggest problem is with stratagem is that, right? It's very easy to read. Here. Am I good to score here? Okay. So now we do use Cull, right? Oh, I guess it's technically better to use Hidden Blade. So we will use Hidden Blade on this. And then we will send everybody here. Trigger. Go for GG's. Yeah. Woo! We got a mirror match done. These feel so weird. Yeah, my board state was just too good. Stratagem is weird. Yep. GG's, thanks for games. Stratagem is weird. That's kind of my problem with the stratagems. It's kind of easy to read them sometimes. The thing is, like, using them defensively feels like this, right? If the it's just when the opponent knows, it's kind of awkward. I'm really trying to formulate my opinions on stratagem. This is why I don't like them in main necessarily. Card is obviously very good, especially in Victor, but yeah, I guess when you're behind, that was what I was feeling out too. It's when you're behind, stratagems feel a little less good. Well, good games, and I'll see you guys later.